So I've been contemplating something in my mind for a little while now around the language that we have made colloquially acceptable as Black South Africans. And there's this one term that we use when we say things about people. Sithi umuntu uyazitshela. And it really got me thinking, like, I love language and I love to break it down, and there's a narrative here that I feel carries self-betrayal in it and also discourages other people choosing themselves. And I want to get into that today. Hello and welcome to Sangoma Society. Nginguhani wagamakwakwa epasini. I am Honey Tell a Story on all social media platforms, and this is Sangoma Society, where we demystify the ancestral. In matters of spirituality and African spirituality, we often take for granted how much the language that we use just in general and colloquially we actually internalize. And there's this particular phrase that is so normalized in our society that for me, I heard like I was hearing it for the first time just a few weeks ago. That's when somebody says, Loyana, uyazitshela. And I was like, kanti yini ukuzitshela? You know? I think the term itself comes from our culture respects humility above all else. So we expect a person to be a certain kind of humble, not to put other people down, to raise themselves up, not to think themselves above certain people or above certain tasks if we are to say that they're a member of our community. And community is incredibly central to our identity as Africans and our spirituality. Nobuntu. Umuntu magabe nobuntu. A person should be able to see another person. So then, why is it wrong if they see themselves? And if they see themselves, why is it wrong if they tell themselves what it is that they see about themselves? Because what is to tell yourself? It is to affirm yourself. Why have we normalized a lack of affirmation, a lack of self-affirmation? How does that affect us spiritually when we're looking for affirmation outside of ourselves? What does that do with the relationship that we have with ourselves? Why is this not a thing that we're interrogating every day? Because we've normalized a culture in which we say, you know, in that Trevor Noah clip with the interview, and he says, you know, Nigerian people are different from other African people because when things are going well, they say things are going well. When things are going well with us, we minimize it. We say, you know, it's not bad, it's okay. And that time, no, it's popping off. It's going through the roof. Like, you're back up. You're feeling like you again. You're doing what you set out to do. It's better than you thought it could be. Why are you not saying, I did that? Why are we not finding language, creating language, incorporating language that affirms the self? And why have we, I say colloquially because it is contemporary culture. I do not believe that this is something that we're carrying with us from a great beyond. I believe that it is a culture that we have developed. And Why have we incorporated this lack of self-affirmation and bastardized it into some bootleg version of humility? Because it's not humility. It's not humility. It's not Ubuntu. It's not seeing other people. Just because you see yourself doesn't mean that you don't see another person. We go through a lot as people. We live in such an unequal society, especially as Black people, as Black Africans. We're discriminated against in our own countries. We're discriminated against internationally. We're discriminated against in countries that we have migrated to. We are discriminated against in countries that our ancestors were stolen to. We are discriminated against systemically. And when we do something, I think we should actually pop our chests out, put our shoulders up and say that we did what we did. We accomplished what we accomplished. And when we are forgetting who it is that we are, who it is that is within ourselves that carried us to where we are, we should be affirming ourselves. The culture of praise singing, of reminding ourselves who it is that we come from, that is affirmation. Ukuthakazela is affirmation. It is a reminding of the spirit. Your ancestral practice says that you must always remember who it is that you are, who it is that you come from, how it is that your blood got to where it is now. The blood of your blood. All those who came before you, the road that they walked in order for you to be where you are today, that is ingrained in our spiritual practice. That is ingrained in our ancestral practice. That is ingrained in African spirituality. But we chose to take colloquialisms njengokuthi uyazitshela and forget ukuthi ukuzithakazela, ukuthakazelwa, for your praises to be sung, for your clan names to be recited. That is affirmation. Why don't we incorporate affirmation into every aspect of our lives? Why don't we incorporate affirmation into our spirituality? And why are we not proud of being a self-affirmed person? Let's not get things twisted, because it's so easy for us to run away or get lost in the source of whatever it is that's happening out in the streets and forget who it is that we are. And it's easy to forget who you are when the world that you live in is always stomping you down. So you owe it to yourself, you owe it to your spiritual practice, and you owe it to where you are going to develop a practice of self-affirmation. We do have a practice of radical self-affirmation here at Sangoma Society, and that is called pivoting into purpose. Through pivoting into purpose, we're connecting with our ancestors and our higher selves to better gain a perspective of who it is that we were born to be, and to meet that version of ourselves through our spiritual practice. If you'd like more information about pivoting into purpose, you can find that at sangomasociety.com. My name is Uhani Wagamakwakwa. This is Sangoma Society, and you can find us on all social media platforms, including Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, as well as TikTok. I'll be here in the comments answering any questions that you might have about today's topic. Until next time, Ukanye.